Hi guys, welcome to episode 7 of the Highs and Lows podcast crypto segment, where we talk about everything happening in the crypto ecosystem and how you can get started with your blockchain and cryptocurrency journey. So I'm here with my co-host, Ochama Miracle.
Good to be here, guys.
Yeah, so today we'll be talking about a whole lot that has been happening in the market within the last 7 days and also what we expect to happen in the next 7 days. But first, before we get started, let's look at about 2 questions asked from the audience. One is someone did ask how to join testnets. So it's quite easy if you want to join testnets. All you have to do is ask yourself, where is this testnet happening? What blockchain is it happening? Is it on a Cosmos? Is it EVM, or is it a different ecosystem? Then you also need to look at the settings. Usually platforms that need you to join their testnet, they'll outline the steps that you can use to go about that. But for detailed steps, we do drop that on our Telegram channel, which would advise everyone to join. You can find the link in the bio to join. And some other persons did ask if we can make a list of airdrops. What do you think about that?
I think we already made a video. There's a video on
airdrops.
Airdrops.
Yeah, we made a video on airdrops, but there are lots of airdrops actually, lots of airdrops. So we would still make a list of more airdrops. Well, usually we drop this information in our Telegram channel. So if you're not part of the Telegram channel, you should try and join the Telegram channel. We dropped a few some few days ago, and we still have more that will drop in the coming days. So next, looking at the major activities this week that happened. First, we had a spaces, an educative spaces, where we spoke about meme coins on Twitter. For those that aren't following us on Twitter, you should try and do that. We did that on Monday. We spoke about some projects and did educate people on meme coins. So you can listen to that because we did record it. Well, if you're not following us on Twitter, I think you should try and do that too. I think one of the most interesting stuff that has happened this week is that we've seen NFTs. NFTs have been flying.
Yeah, true.
And we spoke about this in our last episode, episode 6, where we spoke about Zora, where someone used $97 to make over $400,000. Yeah. Newsflash, the value of that person's NFT now is almost $800,000. So it's now from $97 to almost $800,000. What do you really think about this whole hype? Last week it wasn't this crazy.
Yes.
This week, within the last 48 hours, it's been on another level. Lots of NFTs have been running 10x, 20x, 30x, majorly on Zora platform. Have you had the time to look into it?
Well, personally, I've not taken out a lot of time. I've looked at Zora, but I've not taken out a lot of time to do a deep dive on Zora. But as we all know, when cases like this, when we hear that someone used, let's say, less than $1 to get maybe 10k, 15k, 20k, it's going to cause a whole lot of persons to enter into that field, because that's almost nothing.
Yes.
Same thing with this whole airdrop TG mini app thing, because it's almost costing me nothing, right? So a whole lot of persons are going to flock into it. And if you understand how this game of trading works, where attention goes, money goes.
Yeah, money flows there.
Yes. So I think that's what's happening with Zora NFTs, because if you check outside Zora platform, other NFTs are not really thriving.
Technically speaking, most, but we are beginning to see a slight ripple effect to other platforms.
Yes,
we'll get to that here, but we'll begin to see
not
that.
really that heavy or noticeable yet.
Yes, it's still very early.
Unless if it was very heavy, platforms on Solana would have started seeing NFTs on Solana, core NFTs, or maybe Magic Eden or Digital Eyes or Solanat.
Yeah,
pop. But we've not seen that, at least not yet.
Yeah, I would agree to an extent, but I feel if the hype stays long enough and strong enough, it would spill off to other ecosystems, because I would say gradually it has started already. So personally, I've been active on the Zora platform, minting some of these NFTs. For example, the ones I did mint yesterday, let's say barely 24 hours ago, after 5 hours of mint, they went up 10x. You get but I was still holding because I was waiting. These mints are like 30 cents,
Yeah.
50 cents, 60 cents. So I just minted like 15, yeah, which cost me like say $7-8 or thereabout. Now after about say 4-5 hours, it was up almost like 90. It was playing between 90, $110, and the gas fees, because of this was I minted it on base, so gas fees were relatively very cheap, like very very cheap. Yeah, but I also took out time to like experiment, mint some other random NFTs, yeah, on Zora, and right now the hype there is very strong, and I think it's also based on one, the success of the Zach XBT NFT that did well, and also a hype based on people are expecting Zora to do like an airdrop soon.
Yeah,
which we'll talk about once we start talking about airdrop briefly. We'll also talk about how you can position yourself for the Zora NFTs, for the Zora airdrop rather. But generally speaking, I would say the platform has really been rewarding people within the last 5-6 days. We've seen the likes of Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase. He has dropped his own mints, yet which people rush to mint, and they have done more than 10x. Yet they are doing quite well. Recently, we saw the Mr. Beast.
Yes, the investigation.
Yeah, the investigation, and it was dropped on Zora. That was what fueled some serious hype.
Yes.
Yeah, a few hours ago. Because immediately that happened, people started rushing. They didn't want to miss out, because what started this whole hype was the over $200 million that was scammed via crypto, that Zach did an investigation and he dropped it on Zora. You get people minted it, and some days after, right now, it is worth $3,000 for something that was minted with 30 cents.
Yeah.
You get, so people made good money there.
I think Zora is like the NFT pom.fun.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of. It's just like a social file, but for NFTs.
Yes.
Basically. So you can now imagine when they dropped the Mr. Beast investigation there, and last I checked, more than 30,000-40,000 persons have already minted it. Now I won't be able to, I can't say if that would be quite valuable, because you already have too many persons now minting. And the mint just ended because it lasted for about 24 hours. The mint just ended. So imagine, based on the hype, it has already been diluted. Too many persons have access to that mint. So the chances of it being very valuable, like doing maybe times 100 the mint price or times 1,000, is quite slim. That's another thing that people fail to understand. But at the same time, there are still some really good NFTs there that people can take advantage of. For example, one of the founders of Zora also like dropped some mints, which people are like rushing to mint those things. But like everything in crypto, once the hype is at its peak, most times it can't really appreciate that much from there again. So we might see this blow off within the next 1 week or 2 weeks, or when the airdrop eventually happens, we might see it blow off. So yeah, people are making good money from Zora. If you watched our last episode and you took advantage of Zora, at least now you should be sitting on some reasonable returns, basically. Then still talking about NFTs, Cello, still about the hype of NFTs. Cello launched an NFT mint which they called Crypto is Useless. About 20,000 of the NFTs, and it was sold out within a few hours. Now the crazy thing is they launched it with 0.02 to mint Cello on their one of their new blockchains that they have. So they actually launched that, and after the mint was done, the price went up all the way to about 1.4 Cello tokens. Yeah, which that was more than 20x. Obviously, like it was almost 100x. You can say it was like roughly 70x. You get. So I just observed. I didn't actually mint that. I was just observing. Now most persons are speculating that might be used, you get, as a reward for their Dango testnet and stuffs like that. Yeah, but I didn't bother minting it because it's not everything you take advantage of in this ecosystem. I have my areas of interest, and I didn't want to stress myself with that. But personally, I would say we might see a mini NFT season, because just recently we'll try to drop the link. Okay, we'll drop the link in our Telegram group if we haven't already. OpenSea also dropped like an NFT collection, which
Okay.
ends on the 1st of November. You get, based on this hype, it lasts for 48 hours. I just dropped like a link also for an NFT mint.
Okay.
Yeah, OpenSea, they dropped that too. So I think they are gradually preparing themselves to get into the whole NFT hype.
Maybe in my for me, I think let's say the NFTs might even usher in the bull market.
It's possible.
I think for me, I would think it will be like a good shift
for meme coins. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Because for me, that way it will be much more excited. It will be much people who might now go back to 2020 when it was still NFTs. And also the NFTs DeFi that also started the whole bull run. People were really excited about PFPs, really excited about pixelated NFTs, and then it ushered in that massive run. So we might have the same thing, which would really be a different shift from what we have now in terms of pom.fun memes and the likes.
Yeah, well, I agree with that though. Looking at another stuff that happened this week, the price of fun, one of the meme coins that trades tokens on chain on Solana.
The meme bot.
Yeah, meme bot rather that trades tokens on Solana. It crashed aggressively, and I feel that was based on rumors that this bot was actually creating some of these meme coins, pumping it and dumping it on the masses.
Of course.
You get, so we saw the price crash. I traded it, but I sold off in profit. Lastly, I think one very important stuff we saw in terms of profits, someone made about $1,250 with $3.5 via loose meme. Yeah, and this loose meme now is dead at sitting on $80 million FDV. Currently it's on $80 million FDV. Personally, I didn't buy it. I saw it at around 5M, but I wasn't bothered because I was thinking it would crash any moment. Surprisingly, barely few hours after, it was at over 80 million. So that's quite crazy. So you can imagine how much people make via memes. Obviously you can't buy all the meme coins, no doubt, but anyone you see at a very good price, you can take advantage of it. If the hype is very strong, you can. But you shouldn't feel bad if you don't buy most of these memes. You shouldn't in any way, because there will always be a better meme out there. So next we'll be jumping to our airdrop session, where we talk about what has been happening with some airdrops you should pay attention to, and some airdrops that we're involved into, and also the performance of some past airdrops. Talking about performance, grass.
Yeah, grass was I know a whole lot of persons farmed grass, but judging from the sentiment of the distribution,
it
wasn't really that bad.
Right? I believe it wasn't bad.
Yes, but just that people expected to get more.
Most persons were marked as CBIL.
Yes, so they expected to get much more, but then give or take, it wasn't like what's the name of this last one that messed people up.
It wasn't.
Cats and
okay, talking about the TG airdrops.
Yes, well, grass was not really that bad.
Yeah, grass. People made good money from grass, but the major issue was grass marked so many accounts as CBIL accounts.
Of course, now the thing is, so many people do CBIL. It's how they hope to get much more out of the
and you know, when they do stuffs like this, it also affects people that never did anything relating to CBIL. So
it's not 100%
accurate. Yeah,
yes.
so obviously affects lots of persons that were actually farming the token the right way. And at the same time, we have speculations that some of these persons were marked CBIL based on most of their referrals. We are not really actively farming this token yet. Yeah, so that's like a speculation. Another speculation
themselves.
Yes, yeah. Another speculation too is that they had like an internal group where they prioritized some influencers to reward them more.
Right.
You get than others. So there are lots of speculations out there.
That's really possible, because it's the influencers that put out the words, and then people get to engage in some of these things. So some what's it called? Some platforms actually do that, where they have 6, 7, 10 influencers that will promise you a certain percentage of the token
Yeah.
already if you can get us more people to farm. Because the idea behind these airdrops is just rewarding loyal participants, but now it
Yes.
has been turned to a real business where even the core team themselves also hopes to make money via listing these
From the
airdrops.
airdrops.
Yes,
Yes.
so it's quite interesting to see.
Yeah, everyone right now is very interested. Even the exchanges too, they are
Of course, now
extremely
it's all about
interested.
volume for them.
Yes, yes. So it's a huge business now. It's like an industry on its own. Even market makers, liquidity providers, they are all interested when it comes to airdrop now, because it's a money making machine basically. Next we look at gradient airdrop. So we won't really talk much about gradient. All we would say is the airdrop is live. We've shared the steps to go about farming and positioning yourself for this airdrop on our Telegram channel. So maybe in the next episode we'll do a deep dive on the gradient airdrop. Afterwards we're looking at the Paws airdrop. Now Paws is another quite interesting airdrop which just started. For those watching, Paws airdrop, it just started basically. It's not really up to like 2 weeks per se, so it's quite interesting. Now why Paws caught my eye is because they have the backing of Notcoin. Yeah, Notcoin team, they are backing it, and we all know Notcoin is one of the first platforms that started this whole TG airdrop. They are like, we can call them the pioneers. Yeah, and their airdrop was quite valuable.
Right.
Get Notcoin here, so they are one of the backers of Paws airdrop. And
Is it Paul or Paul's?
Paws, PAWS, anyone. Yeah, and dogs too wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
Dogs wasn't so bad because they kind of like have like some form of affiliation basically. It wasn't quite bad, so I feel Pals wouldn't be bad. So there's a saying that Notcoin team wants to use this to reward people that are active. They're trying to use this Pulse to reward people that are active. I don't know how true that is, but for those that want to take part in this airdrop, it's not something quite difficult. It's not something that requires you tapping your screen like hamster. You don't need to do that. It's just synonymous to like dogs. So all you just need to do is you need to click the link. Anyone can give a link. We can attach a link. Would attach a link actually. Click the link. It takes you to your Telegram app. You launch the boat. Afterwards you claim some tokens that will be given to you, and you can go to the task area and you'll see some tasks that you can do to get like extra tokens. And afterwards you can choose to gain more Pulse token by referring people. If you have the energy for that, you can do it. So you need to log in. Would advise you log in daily or weekly to see what's going on, so that you can keep your account updated and leverage on all the informations there to earn as much tokens as possible. But the good thing is you don't need to tap. That's the most important thing. Yes.
Right. So I think one of the airdrops that didn't really perform well, I saw the sentiment on X was quite interesting.
Yeah.
It was Kroma.
Kroma.
Everybody was complaining because they didn't get as much airdrop as they wanted, and also a certain group was complaining about listing price on Bybit being lower than pre-sale price. That is actually
that is a rip-off.
It's quite interesting to see that let's say a coin pre-sale was like let's say 70 cents, and then listing is like 12 cents. It's quite interesting. So a lot of persons were just complaining on different fronts. Some, we did a whole lot of tasks. We got the NFTs, we did the quest, the galaxy quest and all that stuff, and we are not eligible. Some said, we are getting very small amount of KRO, while others are like, we bought pre-sale and listing price is lower than pre-sale. It's such a mess, and it's quite interesting.
I can only imagine the damage that this does to investors' trust in most of these projects. But at the same time, people would always still be excited about airdrop. I feel another reason why this Kroma went quite viral and why people got so upset is because of the pre-sale price and the listing price.
Yet
So
Kroma.
people actually lost not just
Yes.
time, but they actually lost good money.
Yes, Kroma came with this whole like this, and it's an L2 with the idea of gamification.
Yes.
So when it comes to like gamification, people like this whole play to earn thing, right?
Yeah.
People like playing games. So people had a whole lot of how would I put it now? They had a whole lot of they were excited for KRO to see how it plays out. But crypto is quite interesting in that sometimes your aspirations can easily be dashed, right? We saw similar thing, not like airdrop wise anyway, but in terms of gaming.
Yes.
With what's it called, the cartel project on Kujira. Everything was going well, everything was nice, the games were working, people were getting staking sustainable rewards from the game. Then next thing, the contract is compromised, only for you to find out that their devs was a Chinese, unverified Chinese guy, that has rogged the whole team. So crypto, your aspirations can easily be dashed, no matter how well founded your research is.
Yes.
So
yes.
it's always a good idea for you to have a way to balance expectations.
Caution.
Yes.
Caution and diversify your risk. Very important. So you're talking about Zora airdrop. We spoke about Zora on our previous episode, and like we said, we're anticipating an airdrop from Zora. So if you would like to be eligible, some of the things you can do to be eligible, for someone like me, I don't really pay attention to stuff like that because I just tend to use the platform, and I believe in one way or the other, because of I'm an active user, I'll most likely qualify. But for people that are trying to like game the system, some of the things you might need to do to be eligible for the Zora airdrop is, one, you would advise you create like a particular NFT there. You create it, and not just creating, but have some persons mint it. Then you should also try to mint some NFTs. You can try to max out the mint. Now, for you to be able to do these stuff, you need real money to do it. It's not free. You have to spend real money. So on average, if you're trying to like create NFTs and also max out minting, to max out mint, you have to like about 111 mints of a different NFT, not really the one you created. So if you're trying to do that, you can do the calculation. That would be like you spending 30 cents times 111. So you'll be spending almost $35 or thereabouts to max out the mints. Then you should also try commenting too on some of the NFTs that have been created. You can also comment and do some other minor stuffs. So invariably, if you do this, you should be able to at least qualify to like be able to receive an airdrop from the Zora team whenever they do their airdrop. So we don't know when the TGE would be, we don't know the announcement date, but this is just pure speculation. Yeah, and that's for the Zora airdrop. Next, we'll be looking at a project that had lots of hype and sentiments about it. It's not a project, also one of the projects that did one of the best airdrops, that most persons got the airdrop, good amount, over $1,000. Most persons got it. It seemed free and fair, and it was very easy. In fact, some persons even got more than $40,000. So it's not that project than Arkham. Yeah, you remember then when Arkham announced what they were building, even before the airdrop, they received lots and lots of backlash.
Yeah, you got a lot of backlash.
Yeah, from the crypto community. Most persons were against the fact that they are trying to like bring the real faces of people behind certain wallet address and accounts. They were trying to like connect the dots and link them. One way that this space thrives is based on anonymity.
Yeah, they were like, they wanted to de-anonymize
exactly
accounts, and everybody was against them. Why would you want to do that? This is crypto.
They're trying to dox everybody, even the Twitter accounts.
But the thing is, I felt that some people that were also against Arkham didn't really know that your addresses can actually be tracked.
Obviously.
Right? Even I feel that most Nigerians don't even know that you can be tracked on chain, irrespective of whether you even use a centralized account or not.
Yes.
So most persons that are into some illegal whatever, and you think taking it through crypto is easier and safer It's not actually, because it's an open ledger. Anybody can look through it. It's like a database, open database. You can query and get results. You can track, no matter how you do it. You know, some
Yeah.
people feel that, oh, okay, if they send it through this wallet, I'm going to send it out in 10 wallets and it's going to be masked. It's not, right? So Arkham also presented a very simpler way, you know, through charts that you can trace. No matter the number of ways they do it, you can trace and, you know, figure out where these funds came from, where it went to, and with a little bit more digging, even now find the actual persons behind those accounts. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, Arkham has been quite popular and successful since.
You know, the airdrop was really nice.
Yeah,
huge.
Yeah, the airdrop was good. It didn't stress people, and so far so good. The platform has proved very useful, even in this case where they are trying to investigate Mr. Beast. They made use of Arkham. So most on-chain analysts and investigators, they make use of Arkham a lot. You get, so they have really beefed up the utilities, and also they've made it quite easy to make use of the platform to like trace, follow the money, bring together most of the details you have and connect the dots. That's made it quite easy. But then again, now trying to like look at the future perspective of the project, looking at statistics now and market valuation, I would say there's a huge market for Arkham. You get, it's a project that almost all parastatals that want to get involved with crypto, they might want to like have a look at Arkham. Almost every country would want to take advantage of Arkham. You get, for investigation, to track what is going on in this space, you get, and be able to uproot the bad players. So the fact that Arkham is already sitting at $1.5 billion FDV, which is almost 300-400% from the price it was 1 year ago. What do you think would be like the expected FDV in a proper bull run? Do you think it's undervalued right now, or do you think it's overvalued?
It depends on what Arkham wants to expand to, or what they want to still build on, right? Because the truth still remains that in as much as there is crypto, there'll still be bad players.
True.
So if these celebrities still start getting into crypto with the sole aim of robbing their followers, over time we'll get a whole lot of backlash, and we'll get a whole lot of enthusiast on-chain trackers that would still want to use Arkham to do their dealings, right, to expose these people. And then if there's like more utility of owning the Arkham tokens, I think Arkham is going to, in this circle, is going to really be used a lot. Like I said, if there is now utility for its tokens in using the software itself, we are going to have you know, a good amount of pump from Arkham. They really good. So the question now is, what is the utility of Arkham tokens itself with its DApp?
Yeah, I think the team will still need to work on that. You get to add more incentives in terms of the native token utility.
Now, one is the utility of the tokens. Two is what's Arkham's revenue points? Are they making money from, for example, pom.fun? For you to create a token, there's money you have to pay.
Yeah, that's why they're making crazy money.
Yes, then for you to also
list it on the DEX.
There's a small amount of money that you need to pay and all that stuff. So if Arkham has a similar structure, then they can now decide to maybe also incentivize Arkham holders with percentage of this revenue. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I strongly believe the future is bright for the Arkham project. I believe it's bright because we'll only see more and more persons use the project, and we'll only find out that the project will get more and more popular, and they would only improve over time. So I think their product has the market is there for the product, and they would obviously have more and more users. All they need to work on is retaining the users, and we're yet to see like competition, like very strong competition.
that
So far
regard.
so good. Yeah, so far so good. Arkham is like one of the best platforms that you can use to like track what is happening on chain.
That whole pictorial representation,
like
but then
a whole
we
lot.
have
Allows you to add more tables,
yes,
customize,
yes,
and a
yes,
whole
yes,
lot.
yes.
So it makes it easy in terms of simplicity.
Yes,
Yet Arkham is
because
quite
the ones we
good with
used
that.
to have before are like wallet aggregators, like Step.finance,
Yes,
Zerion,
yes, yeah,
and the likes. They show you where all your monies are on different
Yeah.
chains, different platforms. But Arkham came with like a different aspect, like more
and
like
they made it
investigative.
easy.
Yes,
Very easy, because
made
if
it-
you want to use Dune to do like something similar,
I need
you need
SQL.
SQL knowledge. You need more time.
Yes.
But with Arkham, you can easily speed up the process, and you can still get a perfect job done.
Good results. Yes.
Yeah. So I feel most investors should have a look at Arkham, pay attention to Arkham. I think it's a project that will easily get like $4 billion FDV
Of course.
based on utility and demand. So it's a project that we're really looking at, and we're invested in, not so much, but a little though. So next, looking at the meme coin season, do you think it has slowed down a bit?
Well, it hasn't really, because there are like funny metas coming up. The last time we were talking about, we were talking about the whole AI memes. Right now it's
slowed down. I won't say
AI
that's
has slowed down.
It's correction.
Yes,
there's a
but
correction
then there
now.
are like funny metas that are coming up that you can't even lay your hands on which one is.
Well, those metas don't last for more than 36 hours.
That's the thing.
That's why they are quite risky.
Yes, that's the thing. So memes for now, I would say they are on a low, right, till a stronger narratives for memes comes up. I don't know what it is, because now from your angle we are now seeing a little bit of trends trying to develop from Zora NFTs. Maybe maybe this week we might probably see other platforms pick up on NFTs. But right now there is no global trend. There are no global trends currently.
Yeah, I feel we do have some global meme trends. Right now, the US election is within a few days.
Right.
Basically. So I feel we do have a trend. The trend we've been seeing of late, which has also affected the other AI meme trend, is the election. It's based on the memes that were created based on this election. For example, like MAGA, Make America Great Again, which we spoke about in one of our episodes. If you notice, it's up more than 200-300%. You look at Department of Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. If you look at it from the first time we spoke about it, it is up more than 1,000%.
That's like 10x. Yes.
You get, and most of them started running aggressively 1 week, 2 weeks to election. Dark MAGA is also flying. You saw Elon Musk wear the cap.
Yes.
It's T-MAGA, you get most of the campaigns, you get. So I think this meme narrative now is like sucking liquidity and attention from the other memes. You get like the AI memes, so they are all suffering from the hype and the movement of this election related meme coins.
But I wouldn't really call it like a global trend, because when we say global trend, we are talking about trends that are at least happening on, let's say, 80% of the chains, right? But and also I believe you'd agree that these trends that we are seeing now, whether it's the election fueled meme trend, it's not really that strong as to trends that we see in a proper bull market.
I would understand why it seems not to be that strong, and I'll attribute that to the fact that these are not new tokens created. These tokens had been created some late last year, some January, so most of them are like 10 months old, 6 months old, over 1 year old.
So it requires
they're not new.
Yes, to push them.
Yes, to push them. And also people are not really excited, because when they look at the market cap, some are still at 100M, some 80 million. The least you might see is maybe $35 million market cap. So the core degen guys that do meme coins, active degen, they won't really be excited about it. Yeah, they'll be like, it's not so exciting for them. So I also feel that is why they are trying to like spring up some other minor metas you get that they're trying to come up with. So I would say that is majorly why it's like it's not so strong. But then again, it is sucking so much liquidity because you need good liquidity to pump
to push
this meme coins. Yeah, if you notice, for example, like the Tron memes, most of them have dumped aggressively, which is an area that I'm really looking at, like to pay attention to some of those Tron memes. Justin Song tweeted a few days ago that then very soon activities will start coming to Tron blockchain. He said something like that. But that aside, most of them are sitting on their support. Like the biggest meme on Tron, Sundog. Sundog is currently at $135 million FTV. So yeah, this is a meme that got almost $400 million FTV, and it's the biggest meme actually on Tron, even till date, and it's listed on most exchanges. So if there is a meme that has what it takes to hit $1 billion, I strongly believe it will be Sundog on Tron.
Yes.
I strongly believe it will be Sundog.
CCC would have made good waves, but it's quite interesting that CCC is not it's not making.
I 100% expected CCC to like be one of the biggest, at least top 3, top 4 biggest memes on Tron ecosystem, but for some weird reasons it isn't even among the top 3 currently. It's not, but you never can tell. We've seen the first wave of the pump, which is why, based on experience, even when we had known CCC for over a year, we still had to take advantage of the new memes like Sundog, Suncat, Sun Wukong, and so many others that launched on the Tron blockchain, because we do know that sometimes being the first doesn't mean that you'll be the most successful. At the end of the day, you still have to like leverage on some other new memes. So I would say for those looking at maybe investing in Tron memes, one meme you should look at is Sundog. Sundog is actually quite undervalued at slightly above $130 million FDV. Another again is Suncat, which was running right behind Sundog. Suncat is at $3.2 million FDV. Still another very solid meme you should also have a look at. Then looking at some of the recommendations we made in our past episodes, one of the meme coins we spoke about that we're quite bullish on, when meme has rallied up over 45%, it's sitting on over 45% profits. So for those that invested, you might want to like take profits or pull your capital or something. While Dogs still remains one of the best performing of all we recommended. Dogs is seated, Doge rather, not Dogs, Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. Doge remains one of the best and the one with the highest return on investment, over 1,000% return on investment since when we recommended it. So you might also want to take profits if you haven't. What do you think about personal trades this week, looking at Bitcoin price action?
Well,
what do you think? Bitcoin now, so far, Bitcoin has rallied past $72,000, which is no surprise, obviously. But then again, altcoins haven't moved yet.
It's even sucking liquidity out of
altcoins are basically just there. We have not seen anything fantastic from altcoins. So what do you think, and which altcoins do you think should bounce the hardest once liquidity starts finding its way to altcoins?
First, Bitcoin's dominance has to come down. I think now it's around 60%,
which is very high.
Yeah, which is really high. But then if we can see Bitcoin dominance, come below 60, maybe in 50s range, you can now see alts bounce. I think one of the key indicators is when we start seeing high cap alts like Ethereum, BNB, Solana start running. We'll know, okay, then the money will now start flowing into mid caps before low caps. But we've not really seen Ethereum. Now there's a whole lot of speculation as to what is happening in Ethereum as a chain itself, but to think, what's the price of Ethereum right now?
2,650, and
Bitcoin is
over 71k.
It doesn't make sense.
Ideally you would expect Ethereum to be sitting at least $3,600.
It doesn't make any sense, right?
But one funny thing again is Vitalik made a comment about Doge, which is a meme coin, and he said he's expecting Doge to be among, I think, top 3 cryptocurrencies by FDV, which sounded like he's endorsing
Doge.
meme coins, not even just Doge, meme coins. Because if you notice, like we're saying, Ethereum hasn't moved, most utility projects haven't moved. Yes, we're seeing more and more memes go above $1 billion FDV, and we're seeing more and more meme coins make their way to top 100 meme coins, top 100 cryptocurrencies categorized by FDV.
Yes.
Yeah, at least we've seen Popcat has joined the ranks. We've joined earlier this year. We saw is it Manike? Is it Manike? I think either Manike or so. I think Manike has also joined.
Is it Manike or Miyaki or something like that?
I think it is probably I'm not pronouncing it right. Something like that. They have also joined, and we're still seeing more and more of those memes join.
I think that was Minaki or so.
Well, I think it is MEW that joined, just to be certain. Yeah, cats in the dog's world. Yeah, we saw cats in the dog's world. It hits $1 billion, not Manicure. So it's cats in the dog's world. That's MEW rather.
Okay.
Yeah, MEW.
So it's quite interesting to actually see these things. Its dominance. If Bitcoin, let's say maybe in the new week or maybe part of this week, we see 75, 80K, and then we see Bitcoin settle.
Yeah.
We can now start seeing or hoping that Ethereum takes the bat and starts running up. So if we're now seeing Ethereum at 3K, 3.1, then for crying out loud, I think BNB, if I'm not mistaken, this year BNB has reached its all-time high.
It did at a point. It almost did.
Yeah.
At a point, Solana, it almost did.
Look at where Solana's price is and see where it's all-time high. So these ones are really close to their all-time. Then check out Ethereum.
Yeah.
You find that it's quite surprising. Then if you now go down to some other good utility tokens, maybe L1 chains and some L2 chains and even some L0, and you see their price action and where they are currently, it's not even encouraging.
Like Atom.
You look at Atom, you look at Polkadot,
stagnant.
You look
Polkadot
at even the likes of Kroma, you look at Ori chain, you even look at Kujira when before the whole liquidation event, you find out that, guy, these things at the price they are now, it's criminally undervalued.
Yeah.
To the point that at some point you now have the paralysis of which one do I buy, because I'm looking at 6, 7 to 10 good projects that I can easily make 10 to 15x from the moment they start to run. So you're hit with the paralysis of which do I buy, which would perform faster. You get, so that if it perform faster, I can take some of the money and put it back.
Yeah,
because if you look at the ecosystem of let's say the ecosystem of Ori, you find that Ori is heavily under. Ori's all-time highs are like $100 and something. Ori now is not even up to $6.
Yes.
Then check its ecosystem, right? Before Kujira had the liquidation event, if you check what they were building and its ecos, be like, guy, I can easily make 10x from on stake, right? If you look at some other projects, maybe like Kroma, you'll be like, guy, these things are criminally undervalued. If you go to Cosmos or ecosystem and check out some other blockchains in Cosmos that are also working, you find out that, guy, there is a lot of money waiting to be made, but all these things are just dormant. Nothing is happening.
Nothing much is happening.
You get no liquidity has even come into this system. So it's Bitcoin is holding all of us. It's quite
talking about if I'm to give like my take, talking about altcoins and their valuation, and also if I'm to say one of the projects that should be one of the biggest winners in terms of utility projects, I would say Ori should be one of the biggest winners in terms of utility projects. Now, this is because they have taken their time and they have meticulously built a full ecosystem for themselves. So recently they did like review of what they plan, the updates and upgrades they plan to bring to O Wallet. And it was really, really interesting. And when you look at the fact that these guys, over the years, they've built a very solid wallet, the O Wallet, which now supports multiple blockchains. Yet so many blockchains. They've done that over the years. They've innovated on it, and they have also built like a DEX. You get they also have a very solid DEX that also has features trading, order book, and so many other stuffs. They also have a bridge that makes moving of funds very easy, not just within the Cosmos ecosystem, but interoperable to other EVM chains, and also most likely Ton. You get Ton blockchain, and invariably over time Solana, and they've also brought in Bitcoin. You get, when you look at all of these suits that they are building and so many other stuffs too that they're still building, you find out that these guys, they are strategically positioning themselves to be like the biggest ecosystem within the Cosmos ecosystem, and also have an edge to compete with other solid L1 you get out there. We've seen NFTs, soon we'll see meme coins in the ecosystem. So if I'm to predict, I would say one of the biggest winners, once we see like proper altcoin rally, one of the biggest winners should be like Morai chain, unless the market is wrong.
I do
You get,
agree.
unless the market is wrong, but one of, they won't be the biggest winners obviously.
Yeah.
You get, but they should rank up amongst like top 6. Now I'm not talking about meme coins, just utility projects. They should rank up in terms of return on investment. They should be at least among top 6 biggest earners in this circle. So basically that's what I believe. So we'll be watching the US election to see how this affects the Bitcoin price. Personally, I feel we should be able to make a new all-time high based on hype and euphoria around this whole Bitcoin election. So it's possible, US election rather, not Bitcoin election. So it's possible that between now and middle of November or ending of November, we might see Bitcoin make a new all-time high. And it's also still possible that Bitcoin dominance might still go a bit higher before it starts reducing, giving altcoins an opportunity to rally. But we're still here. We'll see how all of this unfolds. For now, we've come to the end of today's episode. Now, don't forget to pay attention to some of the calls we drop. Mind you, none of those calls are financial advice. Most of those calls are just we sharing our trades. So if you take those calls and you make profits, make sure to take the profits, make sure to secure your capital. If you don't, know fully well that you're not forced to. It's not financial advice. So we encourage you to do your own due diligence when trying to take some of these calls that we drop. And also you should know that none of these are paid calls. These are just we sharing some of the trades we take. Now, if you haven't joined our Telegram channel, you should make sure you join our Telegram channel. Most of the airdrops that we talk about, and some that we don't talk about here too, we actually drop the step-by-step guide on how to go about those airdrops on our Telegram channel. So in case you're looking for the link, it's usually on the bio or the description. You can see the link there, and you just need to find your way to the channel. You can ask any questions you want to on the channel. Also, we do hold like Twitter spaces on Mondays where we also still talk about what's happening in the market, and that is actually quite live, so you can ask like questions real time. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to share these videos to someone that needs it. And also, if you have questions, don't forget to leave your questions in the comment section. Thank you very much, guys.